Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Trending Thursday. Glad to be here. Glad to have you here supporting the channel. If you can hear me, by all means, please respond in the affirmative, preferably with VV Nation. To VV Nation, let me know that I'm coming across loud and clear. Mark, don't start mug. Don't start mug. Sigh. Don't start it. All right. Hopefully everybody can hear me. How far from Bradenton are you? I'll be there for Labor Day. Oh, Mark. Hey, I met Kirby when we went to Tampa for one Christmas. Was it last year? Might have been last year. I got to meet Kirby in person. So, and Michael, he's not always here. I know he's in the Jockey Club. I got to meet him in person too. So I've got to meet a couple of people that are in the room in person. So, oh, you ready for me to take it? Okay, I guess so. Let me take the Facebook chat. Stop moving your mouse on it now. I got the Facebook chat and I've got the YouTube chat so I can see what's going on both. Roger's here from sunny Arizona enjoying a humongous bacon and egg sandwich. It's this right. You say it right. It's a sandwich, right? It's a sandwich. It's not a sandwich. Kirby says, Glenn and I met 1903. 1903? I didn't meet you in no doggone 1903. I could have. Jim is on Facebook saying hello. Boston is on Facebook saying hello as well. Boston, you're going to be on both Facebook and YouTube because I can see you on Facebook. All right, so that's good. Glad to have you guys here. Two things. If you're brand new to the channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. And of course, it's three things. And then I want you to hit the like button if you like what you see today. I'm going to tell you what I'm going to do for the amount of likes that we get. And then number three, I want everybody to take a second right now to share this live link on your social circles, whether it be on Facebook, it be on YouTube, it be on Twitter. Share this right now, everybody, because I think we should have more people in the room than we have right now. All right, so Boston is on both YouTube and on Facebook. Hello, Tushar. Good morning and good afternoon to you, Manju, as well. All right, so I'm looking at the number of the people that are in the room right now. I want to see that number go up exponentially because you shared the live link. Do that for me now. That's the only way we get to get more eyes looking at the information that we present here on our YouTube channel. So I'm seeing the number going up. I'm wondering if that's people getting in from the alert that I sent, but you know, folks, there you go. Thank you, Kirby, shared and like. I need you guys to share. Please do. Let's get to business. Have a busy day. I got you, Matt. I got you. I'm just trying to get us all set up, my friend. That's all. Wow. I always got to have somebody in the cloud. That's fine. All right. As you can see on the homepage, a couple of things happened today. GDP was readjusted, still shrunk. All right, still shrunk, but they made it better. I don't know if that's good. Do you think that that's good or bad for the market? Put a 1 if you think that's good. Put a 2 if you don't. If you think that that's bad. I look at it as GDP is still showing that we're in a shrinking economy. The Fed is still raising rates into a shrinking economy, and that therein lies a problem to a certain degree. Normally, you raise into an economy to slow it down. Well, we're starting to slow it down. The problem is, are we slowing it down enough to go after inflation? Prices are still inflated. People are still paying a lot of money for a lot of goods. Their dollar goes not as far as it did this time last year. So inflation is still a problem. So with inflation still being a problem, I still think that the Fed has to be hawkish on what's going on. The big news is going to be tomorrow when he gives his speech from Jackson Hole. And I think the market is waiting to hear what he's got to say, how dovish possibly or how hawkish he's going to continue to be. I still think that he's going to stay the course, 75 basis points. I still think that before all of this is done and over, I still think that he does a full basis point at some point in time. I could be wrong. But I think, but there's another side of that. If he does that, then the market just goes that way. All right. And that's going to be the bad side. So does he put the economy in a world of hurt to effectively really go after inflation, or does he just keep trying to bide his time? We'll see. Mark says shared, but I want to see if I really like it before I give my valuable thumbs up. There you go. Oh, look at that. Tom says Canada did a full point. Well, Canada is not the U.S. We'll see. We'll see. Kirby says GDP redefined like inflation. They didn't redefine it. It wasn't redefined. They just gave a different number, an updated number. It wasn't redefined. They gave an updated number. Phyllis says, my first day on chat. Welcome, Phyllis. Glad to have you here. Glad to have you here, and hope you get something out of this. All right. So that's what's going on in the market. With that information, all of the major indices are still up. The NASDAQ leading the charge to the upside. The tech stocks are up over 1%. The laggard today is the Dow, only up 0.3%. The S&P 1 and 500 are both up about 0.75%, and our VectorVest composite is up about 0.8%. So even with the updated number for GDP, the market euphoria is still in play, going, yay, go. Let me tell you something. Looking at our VectorVest composite, which looks at the movement of over 9,000 stocks, 9,173 to be exact, the market is still not able to move higher on a week-over-week basis. That's important. If the market is really showing signs of real upside, that VectorVest composite has to move higher on a week-over-week basis. So, and not only that, looking at our color guard, the primary color in there is yellow. Caution. Longer term, we're saying that we do not advocate buying any stocks at this time. So I think VectorVest is doing a really good job keeping you guys on the right side of what's going on in the market and not getting caught up in the quagmire of what's going on. All right, so before we get into what we're going to talk about today, based on the likes, I will do a 10th of the likes as far as how many stocks I look at today. So right now, we've got 41 likes. 10th of that would be 4. I would look at 4 stocks today. So the higher up we go, the more stocks I will look at of your stocks today. If we get 200 likes today, I'll look at 20 stocks. If we get 100 likes today, I'll look at 10 stocks. If we get 150 likes, I'll look at 50. So no matter what, I'm just letting you know, I'm going to give an opportunity for you guys to determine how many of your stocks I will be looking at. Kirby says 1/10 of 43, 430. No, that's not what it is. No. All right, so how about a mug blend? I was thinking about that. Joey told me no. Joey said I couldn't give away a mug today. So.
I said that?
Yeah, you did. When I asked you, should I give away a mug because somebody was going to ask about it, you said no. So Joey said no mug today.
I don't remember that part.
I do. So you're just trying to be good, look good in front of everybody. Joey said no mug today.
Let's do it.
Unless you want to give away a mug?
Yeah.
All right, Joey says, so at the end, we'll give away a mug.
We'll do it at the end.
At the end, we'll give away a mug. All right, let's get into what's going on. Let's start off with some news stories. Start off there. Ooh.
Did this last week too.
Come on now. Hold on. All right, let me change it from, there it is. There's the web view. All right, so there we go. News in regards, huh?
What did you press?
I pushed the button for the web view. That's all I did.
And then you pushed it again and then
I didn't push it again. I only pushed it once. Stop arguing with me while we got company in the room.
Yeah.
All right. So U.S. You stop. Leave me alone.
You're gonna get it when they leave.
Shh. All right. So U.S. rates raise. New U.S. rate risks rise as jobless claims fall again, and the second GDP revised higher. All right. So based on this, jobless claims fall. So less people looking for jobs. Is that what that is? Yes. But this whole thing, the second GDP revised higher, means that we're shrinking, but not as much. I guess that's enough again to put people in a good mood to buy stocks and raising the market high, or raising the market higher. This is big too. Biden signs the order. So the $52 billion CHIPS bill is now a law. And now that should help the chips manufacturing, bringing more chip manufacturing over to the United States. All right, let me move this over. I'll move this over here for you. And we'll see how that works out as well. I still think that while we're in a recession and we still have 2 quarters of GDP down, we're spending money. Now, do I think that the CHIPS bill, now law, was a bad thing? I think it was needed to bring production of chips back to the United States. The Inflation Reduction Bill, that was a lot of money, but we're spending money. And then we've got the debt forgiveness for college students. That's a lot of spending of money, or a lot of money that the government is picking up while we're trying to combat inflation. I'm not going to get any deeper than that. I gave my opinion, and Joey, I told this to Joey. I gave my opinion on the whole school thing, and none of you watched it. So you know something? I ain't never giving my opinion on YouTube again. I'm going to stick strictly with the market. I figured that was a one time for me to get that off my chest. That didn't work out so well. So thanks to that, I'm not doing that anymore. I know John said he watched it. I guess that's not what you want to hear. And I'm okay with that. That's a learning experience for me, and it's a learning experience for Joey as well. All right. So we both know, stick to the facts. All right. So I still think that that's a lot of spending of money. Do I think it's needed? Well, that's neither here nor there. But as we're trying to combat inflation, we're still pumping money into the system. Oil fluctuates, waiting for the rate hike cues from the Powell speech. I still think that oil is a good play. It's been a tough play recently because the demand has gone down because nobody wanted to pay the high prices at the pump. And you know something? As we look at this, how can we control colleges in the tuition? And Joey doesn't agree with this opinion. But you know something? If less people apply for going to college because the tuitions are too high, what do you think the colleges are going to have to do? In order to get the people to go to the school, they're going to have to bring the prices down. Now, Joey says, no, that's not an option. Don't go to school is not an option. Okay, I don't off the cuff agree or disagree with that. But you know something? Do like what a lot of other kids are doing. A lot of other kids are going to community colleges before they put 2 years into a community college before they go to a full-blown university. Maybe if more people would do that instead of trying to go for 4 years because it's so expensive. What do you think? Do you think the colleges will drop prices if less people will go, or if people, instead of going to 4 years, go to 2? What do you think? Yes? Put a 1 for yes, put a 2 for no. Colleges, man, there's a lot of money that goes into paying for the upkeep of the buildings, paying for the salaries of the people and all of the programs. And it's just so expensive. It's just so expensive. So maybe that's one way to bring college prices down if people back off of going for 4 years and only go for 2 years after going to a community college, which is a lot more cost effective than going to a full-blown university right off the bat. A lot of people are saying no. Colleges are overstaffed with useless admins. They got a lot of dough. Kids are going into trades. Kids are going into trades anymore. This is going to be a problem going forward. And you know something? Trades need people. We need tradespeople. Absolutely. But I think there's a lot of negative connotation associated with tradespeople. All right. So, all right. That's enough going on for oil and for schools. Here's another thing. Gold pairs gains as traders weigh U.S. data, Fed rate hike path. I'm still not a big fan of gold, but I know that the dollar is getting stronger. People keep asking me, is it time for gold? Is it time for gold? I'm going to let you know when I think it's the time for gold. You guys do what you want to do. I just don't think I'm ready for gold just quite yet. Kirby says $10,000 college debt relief applications are being accepted at your local McDonald's. Stop, Kirby. My real college would not transfer 1 credit from my 2.5 years of state college. Are you serious? Wow, that's poopy. That's crazy. If you spent the money to go to an accredited or real community college, I don't think any of them are not real. And if you spent the time and went the more cost-effective way, they didn't take those credits, that's crazy. By the way, college football starts this weekend as well. There's my Michigan. Go Michigan. All right, next story. Big news. Snowflake shares pop on 20% following revenue beat. We're going to take a look at that stock. Because inflation is an issue, look at this. Sony hikes the price of its PlayStation 5 console because of soaring inflation. If you follow me on Twitter, there's a lot of companies either laying off people because of of the raising of the interest rates, but the other side of the coin is that inflation is causing people to be more thrifty. How many people are going to still buy an inflated PlayStation 5? A lot of people, because they still want the games. They still having, I still don't have a PlayStation PS5. I got a PS4. That's because my son got a PS5. He gave me his PS4. I'm fine with the PS4. There's no ifs, ands. Joey, what do you have?
Whatever the new Xbox is, Series
Yeah.
X.
So Joey's got an Xbox, and I've got a PlayStation. But if Xbox were to go up, if you were looking for a brand new console and it was expensive, would you still buy it, Joey?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So, and it's amazing how people, depending on the product, will still pay the exorbitant prices for those devices nonetheless. So, still talking about people being thrifty, how about Dollar General and Dollar Tree get a lift from thrifty shoppers? People are going, they still need the food. They're going to go to the Dollar Generals. They're going to go to the Dollar Trees. They're going to go to the Aldis to offset the high prices on foods. I think that these companies are probably still in the fray to keep going higher. These are good inflationary stocks because I think that as inflation continues to go higher, people are going to frequent these stores. And it was interesting. Who was it? Was it Joe? Who was it? Was it Joey or was it? It was Patrick saying that when you go to Aldi's and you see the cars, you see the Escalades, you see the Palisades, you see the different higher dollar cars that are now sitting in the parking lots of the Dollar Generals, of the Dollar Trees, of the Aldis. That's telling you a little something. All right, that's telling you a little something. No PlayStation or any Play programs. That's Herbert. Mark says, how much did you pay for your Apple, iPhone, iPad? I paid a lot for all of that stuff. And you know something? I just bought a new iPad mini and I just bought a new iPad Pro 12. I bought the big one. I bought the new iPad Pro 12.9 with the keyboard and all that stuff. So I paid a lot of money for it. Why? Because I'm an Apple guy and I'm just going to do it. All right. GameStop, interesting as a meme stock or a company that's pivoting, trying to make a change in its business plan or in their template. GameStop boosts compensation for some store employees with shares and raises. And they're concentrating. So you know who else was a big retailer that concentrated on brick and mortar stores and still went out of business? Anybody? Anybody who had a bunch of brick and mortar stores and was still pushed out of business? Anybody? I know you know. Initials RS. Initials RS. Radio Shack, absolutely. All right, they had more brick and mortar stores probably than anybody, and GameStop's in the same situation. I don't know. I don't know. Do they get pushed out, or are they really refocusing all of their business to do better? All right, so I have VectorVest instead, says Herbert. Way to go. Blockbuster was another one. Nice, Carol. I didn't remember. That's right. Blockbuster was another one. A lot of stores, and they got pushed out of business too. Can you see this? Sean, I can see this. I can see this, Sean. Boston is there with me as well. Chris on Facebook. Sean is here. Yes, I can see it, Sean. All right, and then the last story in here is my picks, part of my picks today. Meta, Microsoft, Apple. Why? Because it's talking about metaverse. I still think the metaverse is a far way to go, but there's a lot of stocks already taking part in the metaverse, setting the groundwork for metaverse. So these are 3 stocks that are my picks today that we're going to take a look at. All right, those are all my news stories. Let's go into the software, and let's start off with. Oops, wrong thing. Sorry. Let's start off with what the markets are doing. The Qs are up over 1%. The Dow is only up about 0.3. The spiders are up 0.75, and the VVC, VectorVest Composites, is up 0.8%. Let's highlight all of them. Right click, view on the stock. Huh? What's with move my head? Where's it at? This one? Oh, all right. So let's go look at all four of them today let's go look at all four of them today since we're looking live. I normally do this on Mondays, but I'll do it today as well. There's the VectorVest composite with the news with the readjusted GDP. Nice move up this morning. Right now, flattened out. Right now, looking to challenge the early morning highs. Same thing with the Dow, looking to challenge the early morning highs, the spiders. So as we're talking live, it looks like the market's doing a little bit of a rebound across the board. And I think that we're going to have a quiet day going into the close because we're waiting to see what's going to go on with the Fed. Circuit City is not in business. Oh, Sears is another one. Circuit City. Can you post a VV phone number? I pay a subscription and have some questions. Boston. Let's do this. 888-658-7638. There's the number. I posted it for you in the Facebook chat. There you go. All right. Toys R Us was another one. Man, you guys have been around a minute. There's a lot of companies that had brick and mortar stores that eventually went out of business. I'm telling you, I own GME. I'm hoping that everything that they're doing to pivot works out. Because if not, a lot of people are going to be holding the bag on GME. They really are. All right. So we're looking at what the markets are doing. Looks like they're trying to do a rebound. We've still got about an hour and a half worth of market open. We'll see what happens. All right. We'll see what happens. Let's go into big news stocks. So on the stocks that I just talked about, on the big news, I got oil. I still think oil is a good play. There's GME. There's for gold, I'm looking at GLD for the Dollar Tree and Dollar General. And then on snow, they beat earnings. Nice move today. Let's look at all of these stocks that have made the news. And let's go check them out. Let's go put them on a 3-month graph. And let's go peep them out. Wow, GME is just getting beat. You know, as much as a lot of people, and let's put this on a 1-year graph. As much as a lot of people made a lot of money right here, man, a lot of people are holding the bag. And did I buy back here? No, I bought most recently somewhere up in here. As much as I think that retail is trying to put up a good fight against the hedge funds and all that kind of stuff, this is just a tough stock to be in. And not only that, I would time the trade. Could I make money on GME over and over and over again? Yes. How about when the 3.8 crosses, get out of it? When the 3.8 goes back up, play the roll, make some money, wait for the 3.8 to cross back down, get out, 3.8 to go up, 3.8 to go down. And right now, there's the 3.8 to go up, 3.8 go down. That would probably, in my estimation, on a stock like this, be the best way to play it. Anybody agree with that? Type of 1 if you agree with that. Type of 2 if you really don't care. And you know, John, it's not about the fundamentals. It is not about the fundamentals on this. This is all about retail saying, I'm not going to let you put this company out of business. That's what it comes down to. All right, but a lot of you really don't care, and that's fine. But it's out there on YouTube a lot, and there's a lot of people. Who follow the people that look at this stuff. And you know something, I don't want to not be in the conversation, but I don't want to make it heavy conversation. I'm just looking at the story, but I'm looking at the stock. This is not a great stock. It really isn't a great stock. But can you make money on it? You can time these plays and stay out of it when it goes down and wait for it to go back up. All right. That's probably the better way to play it. What else is in this list? Snow earnings play. Nice. The 3.8 going up today. Trading higher right at the level of the highs for the day. No wick at the top. I like the move. Putting this on a 3-month graph, putting this on a 6-month graph. I like that it's got an opportunity. This would be my next headwinds right here, would be at this session of the high. My price point for taking profit would be at 243.33. That's a good way to take some money off the table. All right, that's my headwinds there. Next stock, Dollar General. And you would think that the stock should be going up because people are moving in that direction, but right now it's not. But pull back right now, 3 below the 8. Where is it stopping? Right at that 239.65, right at that level of support. Let's see if it can bounce back up. Same thing with Dollar Tree. Now, Dollar Tree gets smoked like nobody's business. That was an earnings play. That was an earnings play. So even though they're going, a lot of people who are thrifty are going to these stores, maybe they're not making a lot. Maybe they're not passing on, and that's why people are going there. Maybe they're not passing on the inflationary prices that everybody else is, and that could be hurting their bottom pocket or their bottom line. Next one is gold. Now, again, I'm not ready to play gold yet. Here was an opportunity where it bounced. You had a short opportunity to play. Played right at that level of resistance of 168.10. It's right, 163.64. I'd like to first see the 3 and 8 cross on an end of day basis and then break above that level of resistance. I wonder how much of the price increase was absorbed by the dollar stores. You know something? I don't know. They could have to get more people to come, and maybe it's not about raising the price, but getting the bulk, getting the business. Could be that way. Boston, thank you for helping out Sean. I appreciate that. Thank you for, is that number good? Yeah, thank you, Boston. And the next stock in here is the USO. I still think oil's a good play. Sitting in a channel within a channel. Went to a level of resistance today of 78.23 and pulled back hard today, but the 3 is still above the 8 right now. Just keep your eyes on it. The stories about oil still say that overall they think that it's going to be bullish. All right, let's go look at the hottest industries. Let's go to Unisearch. Let's go look at Delta Searches, industries by RT. 10-day Delta on RT. Let's go back 10 days ago at 5.2. Look at that. Chemical fertilizers on the run. Look at that. Let's go look at some of the stocks that are in there. Let's see which stocks I like. I'm only going to look at about 5 stocks. Yep. Let's go to, wow, look at that. They're all up today. Let's go see which 5 I like. Right click, view the stock graph. Now, because we're looking at these, it's hot in. Wow, CF I want. All right, move that CF I want. Good Lord, have mercy. Look at that volume. What else? I'll take NTR, but I don't want more than 2 in the industry. I'm going to take these 2, CF and NTR, add to watch list. Let's go put those into my hottest industries. We're gonna take a look at them coming into next week. What else is moving up nicely? 10 days ago, RT was at 9. Son of a gun. 10 days ago, why is it not holding up there? That's interesting. 9 to 9.73. I want bigger move. How about petroleum drilling? 10 days ago at 3.9%, up to 7% this week. Let's go take a look. View the stocks in that industry group. We're going to look at only 5 sorted by VST. Let's take the ones that are moving. Let's go take a look at all 5 of those. Right click, view the stock graph. Hopefully I'm giving you some stocks to keep your eyes on. Remember, all right, so now Denbury sitting at a level, I love the move on it, sitting at a level of a top. I do like this one, coming off the low, moving up, breaking through a level of resistance, 3 and 8 positive. I'm going to take that. iPoof. I don't like that candle on today's candle. No, I think the only one I'm going to take out of here is iPoof. Take that, add to our watch list. Let's go put that into hottest industries. Let's go see if we can find one more industry that's on the rise by way of price. 15 to 4. All right, let's go flip it. We did some on price. Let's do some on the same thing with RT. 26.32, 88. Look at that, 8.25. 8.5, now up to 25 for this week. I don't want any more petroleum. Look at this. Petroleum is on the run, folks. Some of this petroleum stuff is on the run. 9 to 23. Energy coal. Look at that. 10 days ago, the RT on here was 9.3. Today, it's at the last 10 days, 23. That's a nice move. Let's go view the stock. Let's go view the stock. Let's go look at all of these. Let's go see if there's anything. These are hot industries by relative timing now. Let's go see, put some 3-month graph. Any stocks in here I like? Oof. CEIX, I do like. I know it's right there at a level of resistance. I'm going to take that one to put into the watch. Let's keep our eyes on. ARLP, I like. It's one of the best energy coal stocks, but it's moving down. Good gravy. AREC. I'm liking that one. I'm going to put that in there as well. So which two was that? That was CEIX and AERC. Take those two, add it to my watch list, and let's go put those into my hottest industry search. So I've got a couple of by price delta and a couple by RT delta. Let's go back to the viewers. I had some stocks like that from last week, hottest industry stocks last week. Oh man, I didn't put anything in there. So I guess I'm going to start going into next week. So we've got some stocks by way of hottest industries, both by price and delta and RT. I got some stocks for you to keep your eyes on. All right, going into next week. These are hot industries, folks. All right, short-term plays. That's from a search called Price Percent Boomers. All of these stocks are up at least 10% today. Let's go see if they're worth it for you to still get into from a short-term perspective. Let's go look at the last 1 month on these. 3-8 cross, follow through. Might be something to keep your eyes on. Big move today, probably news driven. I assume you're waiting for a little pullback for those energy stocks you just put up on. Yes, Ron. I like those stocks. Do I want to break them, buy them into them now? I wouldn't mind going either 5 or 12 cents above those because they're already moving. And this is in a market where it's been tough to hold on the oil. I'm finding some of those energy stocks that are still moving. I'm still finding some of those stocks that are still moving. All right, so I'm keeping my eyes on them. I like this one. 2 days up on rising volume. I would keep my eye on that. TCRT, Snow, that was all earnings play. TDCX, that's a lot of profit taking going on. That was an earnings play as well. Nicely moved up, but look at that big wick. That's a lot of people taking profits on that stock. VIVK, right at the 1 month high right now. And even though this is up 10% or so, I'm not feeling that. End of day to 3 and 8 are not in play. All right, I had short-term plays for last week. Let's go see how those worked out. Let's go. You're welcome, Ron. Let's go see. I didn't have anything in there either. Son of a gun. What is going on with these portfolios? A watch list. I put some of this stuff in here. Sigh. Let's go to my swing trade plays. These are my stocks that I'm looking at this week to hold for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. Clearfield, CPRX, these stocks are still hot and heavy. I'm liking them. All the RVs are above 1. Most of the RS is above 1. All of these stocks are in an uptrend. Most of these stocks have comfort indexes above 1, and they all have positive earnings growth. So from a swing trade perspective, let's go put these on a 3-month graph. You're going to love these. All right, from a swing trade perspective, I think you're really, really going to love these. Bottom left, top right, I need the graph to pop up as I'm just yapping my trap. As I'm just yapping, there it is. Folks, from a swing trade perspective, bottom left, top right, I'm liking that. Relative safety, rising. I still like that. Today is a down day on Clearfield, but nothing's telling me if you own it to get out of it. CPRX, I still like the stock. Even on the pull down yesterday, 3 and 8 still solid, sitting right there at 3-month highs. The volume has been pretty good. RT's above 1, rising earnings. Gotta love it. Next one, SWAV, Shockwave, medical, healthcare. Look at that rising earnings per share, folks. Good gravy. 3.8 look good. RT looks good. Right off at 3-month highs right now. Remember, these are swing trades where you can hold the stock for a couple of days to a couple of weeks. I wouldn't feel bad owning these stocks. This one, CTS, hitting a new 3-month high. Even on the sideways move, the 3 and 8 look great. Volume, I'd like to see more volume here on these, but RT is rising and earnings is rising. SANM sitting in a little bit of a channel sideways right now, but look at that. Even on the sideways move, 3 and 8 holding. Boom, we're right there at that level of the 3-month high. Earnings per share looks good. These are my picks for you from a swing trade perspective. Now, let's go see. I had swing trade perspectives from last week. Let me see if I got some in here. There we go. Here are my swing trade picks from last week. Let's go see what they look like. Take them back 1 week. We talked about them last week. Let's go do a quick folio. Oh, sorry, a quick test. How did they come out? Let's go see. Yeah, went down a little bit. Clearfield went up 2.79. ENPH went up. Three stocks went down though. HHS went down. CSL. The only stock that really went down a lot that could have hurt my portfolio was HHS. The other ones, for the most part, were flat to up. All right, and we did better than the market. The market went down. The S&P 500 went down 2.59%. These stocks only went down 0.3%. So even from a swing trade perspective, those graphs were looking good. They pretty much held their own in a week where the market went down. Speculative plays. Let's talk about that. So when I look at a speculative play, I'm always looking at stocks that have a relative value and a relative safety below 1. But RTs are going to be up. So these are stocks that are fundamentally not sound, but they are moving. Earnings growth may not be so good. Earnings may not be so good. These are speculative plays to get in and take quick profits on. Let's go see what these look like. View the stock graph on these. Because they're speculative plays, let's look at a 1-month graph. Nice jump. Look at the 3.8. Just crossed a couple of days yesterday. Followed through today, following right to a level of resistance. Volume was picking up on the stocks over the last day, so we got above average volume on the moves of these 2 days. I like that from a speculative play. Earnings per share is moving up on it. Let's go look at the next one. Wow, TCRT again. 3.8 crossed yesterday. Good volume. Earnings per share is higher than it was 3 months ago, but pulling back just a little bit. Pay sign. Bottom left, top right. A little bit of indecision today. Earnings is pulling back on it today. But from a technical standpoint, from being a speculative play, RT is nicely above 1 to 3, is nicely above the 8. And today we did hit a new 1-month high. Wow. OSG, transportation services, last couple of days, markets moving up. Look at these above average volumes sitting right here. You can't beat that. Earnings is rising. Remember, RVDO and RS are both below the value of 1. So they are speculative plays. You got to trade these a little tighter. Can you show us real quick how to get volume graph when you get a chance? Yes. So if you want to add volume, to our graphs, go over right here where it says add parameter, go down to price volume, and this is where you add either average volume or volume. I already have volume on here, so it won't be a choice for me. But if you don't have volume on your graph, you can choose it right here. All right, this is how you add. You always can just go to add parameter to add whatever parameter you want to a graph. Dollar and oil both down doesn't right with both being down. Listen, Michael, I agree with you. I still think that the market's pretty wonky. It's not normal. Now, this is a little bit more of a more volatile stock. Look at that big gap up, big gap down. But most recently, look at the big gap up and get big gap down. Look at the 3 and the 8 held right there. And if that was the case, end of day, look at you still making money in the stock. I'm not a big fan of the volume. All right, don't get me wrong. I'm not a big fan of the volume. I'm just looking at a speculative play that's moving up. All right, I'm looking at a speculative play that's moving up. All right, so those are my speculative plays. Did I have speculative plays from last week? I did. Let's go see. There they go. There's my 5 speculative plays for last week. Let's go take this back 1 week. Let's go see how my speculative plays. Hopefully they worked a little bit better than my swing trade plays. Let's go quick test. Look at that, 6.5%. Look at that. TCRT up 40% since last week when I talked about it. ENG up over 3%. 2 stocks did go down. Watt and FPay both went down, but a nice call on the speculative plays. How many of you actually pay attention to some of the stocks that I put out for you? Put type of 1 in the room. How many of you never look at any of my stocks that I played? Type of 2 in the room. All right. Do they always work? No, I'm not going to ever tell you that they always work. These are stocks that I want you to keep on your radars, especially depending on how you invest in the market. I'm bringing stocks to the attention of how you invest, whether it's a swing trade, whether it's a day trade, whether it's a quick trade. That's the reason why I bring them to the table. You guys, and I, speculative plays, relative values and relative safeties will normally be below 1. I'm looking at the stocks that are on the move, though. They're on the move. All right. I do have day trades. Let's go take a look at some day trades. All right. For those of you who are I didn't find very many day trades that I really wanted to take a look at, but here's my 3 day trades. Let's go see if they still have any value to get into. Wire gapped up this morning. All right, Wire gapped up this morning, made its money early in the morning, and then about lunchtime started to pull back. From a day trade, I don't still think that it's got legs to the upside. CPRX, I like this as a drug company because there's some phase 3 stuff going along with it, but a little bit of rambunctious move today. From a day trade as of right now, I'm not interested in it. And Avaya made its money this morning as well, pulling back. So I've got no day trades that still have legs as of right now. But lately I get the ones that went down, and something, even on the stocks that I give you and tell you to take a look at, you got to have a process and how you know when to get into them, and there's a lot of different ways to be able to do that. All right, Glenn's picks. Let's go look at Glenn's picks from last week first. I had 8 stocks. All right, these were my picks for you. Zeta, some of these were drug companies. I've been big on these drug companies that have phase 3 stuff going along, so I want you to keep your eyes on them. Tesla, we knew what was going on with the split. So let's go do a quick test of these from last week. All right, from last week. Let's go see how they worked out. Let's quick test them all. 1.63%. We outperformed the market. What was the big mover? My drug company, BCDA, followed by FMTX, CVX. We only had 3 out of the 8 stocks make money. And even the ones that lost money didn't lose a ton of money over the week. We still edged out the market. We made 1.63% if you would have taken advantage of all 8 of them, where the spiders were down 2.75%. So let's go look at my picks for this week. Here's my picks for this week. Let's go peep them out. Apple, a couple of drug companies that have phase 3 behind them, CNCE, Kodiak, and ENTX. These are 3 companies that do have some phase 3 catalyst information behind it. So let's go. Hey, Glenn, is it a good idea to buy UVXY to edge the market? I'm only going to tell you to take UVXY on a down day, not on an up day. Only on a down day. All right. So if the market's going up, I'm not telling you to take UVXY. All right, let's go take a look at these picks that I got for you this week. McDonald's is going more ESG compliant. They just hired a global chief impact officer. His name is John Ban. He is an ex-Pepsi executive, to bring McDonald's back onto an ESG, energy governance, blah, 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 blah. That was big for them. Here's my Meta stocks, Meta, Microsoft, and Apple. And then I've got a couple of drug stocks that I want you to keep your eyes on. So here's my personal picks for you. Right click, view the stock graph. Let's go peep them out. I'm going to put these on a 3-month graph. All right, Apple, I still own Apple. I love Apple. And I held it through this pullback, found a level of support. I'm watching the 3.8 possibly move up again. Earnings doesn't, that's relative safety. Let's take relative safety off. All right, next one, I'm just a fan. And this is the metaverse stock, CNCE. Again, phase 3 drug trial stuff coming out. Keep your eyes on this stock. Microsoft, in that space with metaverse, man, Microsoft is had a nice move up, pulled back down. I need to see where it stops going down. The 3 is currently below the 8. Be careful with Microsoft. I wouldn't take it now, but in the space of the metaverse, I would keep my eyes on it. McDonald's, I like the idea that they're trying to become ESG compliant. The nice move up. This wasn't earnings, or was it earnings? No, it wasn't earnings. The stock's price is pulled down. I don't know if this new global chief impact officer is going to make a difference on the stock, but it caught my attention. I want you to keep your eyes on it. I like Meta on the way back up. The 3 is still below the 8, but trying to make a nice little move. A little bit of Loch Nessiosity going on. Looks like a Loch Ness monster. RT is below 1, so I wouldn't back up the truck, but I would look to see if the 3 could get above the 8. Here's another one of my phase 3 stocks. And I would keep my eyes on it. ESG stands for environmental, social, and governance. Thank you. Gold, you're awesome, Glenn. You too. Thank you very much, Gold Cross. I appreciate it. I'm going to put that up there. You're awesome, and Joey's good too. Joey's okay. Mark says, thanks for all you guys do for us, Joey, Boston, and the other guy too. What? That's for you. That's for you, Mark.
I think he meant you, Glenn. I'm not sure.
I know. That's what I put the crickets up there for, Joey. I didn't need your input.
You might be talking about Jim.
No, he's not. He's talking whatever.
I meant Jim.
And ENTX, I know that this has got some phase 3 stuff going on, but just be careful with it. I'd wait for the 3 to cross above the 8. All right, that's all my stocks I got for you today. Let's see if we got customer picks. How many likes as of right now? We got 84, which means I get to look at 8 stocks, I'm going to start with Facebook. I want 4 and 4. If I get 4 and 4, 4 from Facebook, 4 from YouTube. So I got RCAT, RCAT from YouTube. What else? Sounds like Apple is bringing some operations back to the United States and sending some to India. I agree with that, Rick. JAKK, that's 2 from YouTube. Tesla, that's 3 from YouTube. Plug, that's 4 from YouTube. What's on the Facebook side? Say again?
You'll probably have to pick more from YouTube. I don't know how many you got on Facebook.
Well, I got a VICI. Mark keeps telling me about CPG. EE, is there an EE? There is an EE. There you go, Rick. I got you. EQNR. One more from Facebook. If not,
we got up to 91. So
we got up to 91. So what's that? 4.5 stocks?
No,
or nine stocks? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I need one more stock. LT. No. I'm not gonna plug ACET. I guess I gotta go down the list. ACET. There's your 9 stocks. All right, we got 92. I got 9 stocks. We'll go. By the way, while this is going on, I look at your 9 stocks. If you want a mug, what's the keyword you want today, Joey?
Gold.
Gold. Type in the word gold, and we'll pull a winner for a VectorVest mug. Not GLOD, Michael. Gold. You gotta put in gold.
For Gold Cross for bringing it up.
Oh my gosh. That was funny. I like that. And I know he was just typing fast. All right, let's graph all of these. Put these on a 3-month graph. Let me go through them real quick. Jack. I don't know what the news was on Jack. I like the stock sitting in channel. 3/8 crossed a few days ago. Still moving up. I like the move up until $27. It's currently sitting at $25.54. If you're already in it, I'd go 12 cents higher than the high. A little bit of wick today, so a little bit of a pullback, but I'd go 12 cents higher than the high. That's my first level of headwinds, is at the 3-month high. But the stock took some time and ran up, pulled back down, found a level of support. I do like the move on it. Let's go look. Relative value, the stock's got good upside potential. And the stock's in an uptrend. Let's go put on RT and RV, and the stock's in an uptrend. All right, I like that one. I'll cheer for that. That's the split. All right, that's the split. So I ain't got a whole lot to say about Tesla except for it's a good, solid stock. Relative value, relative safety, both above 1. Take me off the screen for a second, Joey. Relative value and relative safety are both above 1, so it's fundamentally sound stock that is in an uptrend. Positive earnings, growing their earnings at a clip of 50%. I still like Tesla right now. I know that they got the split. EQNR, petroleum. You know how I feel about it. No, I need them to see some of this stuff on the side. That's why it had me off. All right. EQNR, I like the petroleum play. A little down day today. If you're in the stock, leave it alone. But overall, nice from this low, nicely moving higher right now, hitting 3-month highs, 1 day off of it. Plug, nice move today, but this is what I call a bullish bearish candle. It's bullish because it gapped up. This wasn't an earnings play, or was it? No, it wasn't earnings play. It gapped up nicely today. All right. Someone said that they got a collaboration with Tesla. I didn't confirm that story, but nonetheless, the closed candle means that the price right now is lower than the open. So that's the bearish side of it. But it's bullish because it's a nice gap up, hitting a new 3-month high Relative value is pulling down, but still, relative value, relative safety, both of them tell me that this is more of a speculative play. This is news driven. We're pushing a lot for clean energy. So as I look at relative value, relative safety, speculative, but the stock is moving up. So it's a technical play. Negative earnings per share, but they are growing in a positive way. Next one, CPG, another petroleum stock, right at that level of resistance of 802. Nicely moving up. That's been its hard point to get through. Right now it's at 797. This stock's got good upside to the 3-month high of 1096, but it's got to get out of its own way first. And Joey just showed me Gregory Manning won the mug. Gregory Manning won the rug. Gregory, are you here? As I go to the next stock. Wow, EE, another energy clean, right at a level of resistance, though, at 2739. Stopped right there today. If you own it, though, leave it alone. The 3 and the 8 are still good. Gregory, you have to send an email to connect@VectorVest.com. Connect@VectorVest.com. Something else that I like about this, look at the relative value. The relative value, which looks at the stock's long-term upside potential, is now above 1 and moving higher. I like that as a longer-term play. Today is just a down day, right at that level of resistance, but end of day, the 3 and the 8 look good. If you're in it, leave it alone. RCAT, electric semiconductor, I think that this should be the benefit of the chips bill that went out there. Bottom left, top right, but a little bit more jagosity, a little bit more volatility in it. With the move today, with the signing of the bill, hit a new 3-month high, but a lot of give back on it. It's a cheaper stock, a lot of give back, probably a lot of profit taking. RV is above 1, but falling. Keep your eyes on that. Relative safety below 1. RT is above 1. So the stock's in an uptrend. VICI. I love RV. RV just went from below 1 to above 1, so it's got good upside potential. Volume is not a ton of volume. I'd rather have you in a stock that's not only trading, but trading with good volume. And I'm liking end of day that the 3 is about to cross above the 8. I'd look for the 3 to cross above the 8. I'd look for the 3 to cross. Ryan, why are you saying boo? You saying boo to Gregory? Sigh. That's not nice. We gotta uplift each other. That's what we gotta do. All right. He said joking. Congratulations. All right, there you go. ASET, drug ethical, biomedical, bouncing off a 3-month level of support. The 3 and the 8 look good. Down day today. I'm really waiting for the 3 to cross above the 8 before I take it. RV is below 1. RS is below 1. The stock is more of a speculative play. Could be some drug news in the pipeline. We'll see. All right. Fernando says, man, I never win the mug. A lot of people are probably saying that. One day you're going to win it, Fernando. Keep your head up. Can I have ice cream? No, ice cream's for winners. That's messed up. You've seen that commercial? That was messed up, Fernando, I'm sorry. But it came to that commercial. What commercial was that? It was a progressive commercial. That was a progressive commercial. Fernando, I was only messing. All right. But it was funny. Y'all got it. Was that not funny? Y'all never saw that commercial? Man. Joey, you seen that commercial?
Yeah.
Was it bad? Was it a bad joke?
Crickets.
All right, there's the crickets. Sigh. All right. Oh, that's all of the stocks. That's all your stocks. All right, I'm done. So we got to look at about 9 of your stocks. And you had a lot of stocks to look at, and we talked about the market. Let's go back to the homepage. Let's close off with what's going on in the market. All of the major indices are up. The NASDAQ was up over 1%. I'm telling you, I think that we're going to go right out into the sunset today in the market close. All right. Becky says, you're not alone. Man, I can't. Maybe I need to give out 100 mugs one day, Joey. That'd be a lot of work for you. Then a lot of people could win a mug. Maybe next week I'm going to give out 5 mugs. Yeah. I'm thinking about it. All right. So that's where we stand today. I think we're going to see what goes on with what the Fed says tomorrow. I got the Jockey Club tomorrow, so we'll be waiting, listening, and waiting. That would create some enthusiasm, wouldn't it? What did Roger say? What would create? Oh, to have 5 mugs, that would create some enthusiasm. Is that what you're saying, Roger? To say we're going to put out 5 mugs next week? I don't know. All right, put me on my ending page, Joey. That's right. Second place. What is that? There's no second place. Yeah, maybe next week I'll give out 5 mugs. Maybe next week I'll give out 5 mugs. It's still up, Joey. I didn't shrink it. There it is. All right, I didn't shrink it. Like Tupac.
We only had 30 people type in gold anyway.
It was only 30 people.
Right. Yeah. More enthusiasm for 5.
Oh, Joey said nope for 5. See,
Yeah.
Joey said nope. If only 30 people typed in for the 1 mug, Joey said nope for the 5. So
right.
PED is debt free with 24 million in cash and now has a PE which doesn't have a PE until less. All right, so that's the stock to keep. So PED, everybody can see your type, Michael, so they can take a look at PED. All right, so I'm done.
That commercial was a Progressive commercial.
What did I say? Did I say Progressive?
I don't think so. But she said, he's like, "Can we get an ice cream?" And he was like, "Yeah, with sprinkles." And he goes, "No, sprinkles are for winners."
Yeah, I know. I saw it. What time does Powell speak tomorrow? Joey, put me back onto the screen. Or can I just go to the web view? No, I'll go to the web view. Let's go peep it out real quick. Where's my mouse? I think it's 2:00. I think it's 2:00. Investing.com, tools, economic calendar, tomorrow. At 10:00. It's at 10:00. Fed chair speaks at 10:00 tomorrow. All right, so I'll be on the Jockey Club. I'll be on our live trading room tomorrow. So it is 10:00. He'll be there. I just wanted to make sure. Man, we're going to see if the market's going to go boom or if it's going to go. So we'll see. So either tomorrow will be like, or everybody's going to say. And then with that, all of us who know what we're doing will go. Because what happens when we hit the ceiling? And then we look back and go, what? All right, that's enough from my soundboard. All right, with that, folks, thank you for being here. If you haven't already, hit the like button. If you haven't already hit the like button and you haven't subscribed to the channel, please do so. Hit the subscribe button, hit the bell icon. I got to go. Glenn, what do you think the market will do tomorrow? I think it's either going to go up or go down. I think overall that's the best answer I can give you, Michael. It's going to go up. A-Rod said PED was great. That's why he got suspended from baseball. That's why he got suspended from baseball. All right, I got to go. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha to all my peeps in Hawaii. Bom dia. Salam, shalom, namaste, yasu. Until the next time, folks, see ya.